Good morning, everybody. So, my time is here. So, everyone is speaking about our huge problem, the greenhouse gas emission, but we have a good ally, that are forests. Forests are estimated to stock around 30% of CO2. The bad news is that we have lost around 32% of our forest worldwide in the last 30 years. That's why we have founded zeroCO2. zeroCO2 is a benefit corporation, B Corp certified, that deals with reforestation with high social impact. We donate trees to farming community in order to support them with food, economics, and also to support the environment. I founded zeroCO2 in 2019 after living many years in Latin America, and last year we have been able to reach 700,000 trees planted and also our first submarine reforestation project in Italy. Our business model, we sell to companies trees, the service to plant trees in order to help them in their green marketing project, CSR project. And now we are certifying our project also to produce carbon credit, thanks Plan Vivo Foundation. We are also using now satellite imagery in order to give everybody the enough transparency they need in their business. So about what we achieved so far, just quick data. We have been able to reach 1 million revenue last year, 100% self-financed, and now we are looking for our first round of 2 million in order to develop our satellite technology. And I want to finish my quick pitch with our values, because we are definitely a company, but we have some goals, and our three main goals are inclusivity. That's why we bring social impact in our project and in our business model. The second one is transparency. Since the beginning of our company, even without satellite imagery, we have been able to develop our transparency and tracking system. And last but not least, the scientificity. We have a strong team working every day to build the best reforestation project that we can handle with. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Andrea. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Marie-Sophie Tessier of NatureRe Capital AG. Your time to shine and your 3 minutes.
Hi, everybody. Very nice to be here with you. So we know, all of us, of course, that climate and biodiversity crisis at a critical stage, and one can't be solved without the other. So in our team, we believe that nature can fight both the climate and biodiversity crisis, because natural climate solutions can deliver up to 1/3 of all the emission reduction needed by 2030. And we know that nature is available now and at scale. So NatureRe has been created upon this belief. We are a Swiss company. We are made of experts in nature restoration, but as well impact investing. And our mission is simple, is to invest in nature whilst removing carbon at scale and regenerating biodiversity. And we do it in a profitable manner, which we think is crucial for the permanence of the business. Our model is very simple and it's highly scalable. We raise funds, mainly in Europe, and we buy degraded lands, mainly in Latin America to start with and Colombia. Once we have done this, we apply assisted natural regeneration in order to restore biodiversity and to remove carbon at scale. We get certification, ensuring carbon removal, but as well biodiversity and social benefits. And then it gets revenues for the local communities, our investors, and for the company. But last but not least, we ensure permanence of our projects by having the status of natural reserves for all our lands. We do it because we think it's going to answer major needs for the financial institutions who are in need of impact investment solutions, but as well corporates who are looking for carbon and biodiversity solutions. The project overview and timing is over 15 years, 3 years to invest in the project, but as well 12 years to get the carbon and biodiversity certificates. And after that, we ensure the permanence, as I said, through natural reserve status. Why do we think we are the best for that? First, we can buy lands at a very attractive price. They are degraded. Then we know that in Colombia and Latin America, the tree growth in tropical forest is 6 times the one in Europe, so it grows very fast. But as well, we apply assisted natural regeneration, which is the best method to ensure the resilience, biodiversity, and cost efficiency. Last not but least, of course, we have great carbon and biodiversity certification, at least in co-benefits. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sounds like you're using market mechanics really at its best, so congratulations and much success.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Romain Fau of Kanop. Welcome.
Thank you. How can I? Okay. Hi, everyone. Today, there is a very limited transparency in the voluntary carbon market. So, why so? What is the consequence of that? There is a limited trust, and also there is a growing risk exposure for stakeholders in the value chain. To certify their project developers need to measure and report their impact. And today, these measurement and reporting operations are broken. It's not reliable and it's not accurate enough. Why so? Because measuring the impact of nature-based solutions is quite a labor-intensive work. You need to go in field. It takes time. It takes a lot of team to get the data. That's the problem we're solving at Kanop. So we see Kanop as a new standard to do digital MRV for measurement, reporting, and verification. And we focus on the measurement and reporting. We offer project developers and corporates developing their own projects. We offer them accurate, scalable, and cost-effective solution. Accurate by developing the internally our model with an expert team, and scalable because we can run reporting, we can run measurement anywhere in the world on any type of area. That can start from, it can be project as small as 1-2 hectares or dozens of thousands of hectares. And we make sure that our roadmap aligns with standard methodologies. How does it work? We're using satellite imagery, up to 20 different images in a single year to produce a measurement point. We're using optical imagery. We're also using radar imagery. And the data we produce is available on the platform through dashboards and also through an API. This is a huge opportunity. The market is massive. The UN estimates that $400 billion will be invested in nature-based solutions by 2030. We need to measure the impact of all this. We're a team of 11 people. Since our pre-seed last year, we focused our resources on building the product and technology. I'm Romain, the CEO and co-founder at Kanop. So today, we are raising 2.5 million euros to enrich our product, keep going with our R&D, and also build our commercial operations, meaning marketing, sales, and customer success. Last year, we were able to raise a pre-seed of 1 million euros. So thank you.
Wonderful. Very clear. Thank you so much. And last but not least, in this round of pitches, we have Adrienne de Malerie of Genesis. Too many devices for 2 hands. Welcome.
Hi everyone, thanks to be there. I'm Adrienne de Malerie, co-founder of Genesis. Just as a short introduction, we have a short video, if it works. It doesn't work. Ah! There's no sound. Is it? Okay, so there's some now. Thank you.
Let's get started.
So behind this video, the awareness, the emergency of this video, there's numbers. The first numbers is that 60% of our soils, our lands are degraded. And this puts many activities at risk, from raw material sourcing to land asset value. The land degradation cost is estimated around $40 billion each year. That's why we have to accelerate the transition to regenerative practices. But until now, our impact on soil health was a black box. And without measure, there's no lever for improvement. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. That's the beginning. And that's why we have founded Genesis. Genesis is a soil health rating agency. It's an MRV tool, as we talked before, but it's also a tool to act. Why? Because we are focused on reliable and accurate data. We begin always by real measure in the soil, by analysis in the soil. And after we scale our results with modeling and satellites. This real data allows us to have reliable information and to make correlation between practices and impact. And this correlation gives the possibility to act at the field level. So at the end, we provide our clients with a platform and all the results, because soils has many functions. And we provide 4 indices and their impact on 4 indices: biodiversity, water, carbon, climate, and fertility. They can involve their stakeholders, they can make informed decision, and it's finished. And
I give you 2 more sentences because of the soundtrack to your pitch. Do you want to make 2 last final statements?
I don't have any micro. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just 2 information. We are now in 9 countries. We have rated more than 100,000 hectares, and our goal in 2029 is to have rated 15 billion of hectares. That's one. Thank you.
Wonderful, Adrienne. You can stay with me, in fact, because we are now asking all the other changemakers who've just pitched back on stage. Please don't go further than... No, yep, over here. There's a camera there behind you. Okay, wonderful. Now, same procedure as last time. The jury can ask away any questions that you may have, and we have about 7 to 8 minutes for this. The microphones are in front of you. Who wants to kick us off? Yes.
I can start. I have a question for zeroCO2. How you integrate nature aspect, because biodiversity is not only tree, it's about all ecosystem, and how you manage this aspect.
Yeah, that's a good question, thank you. We work along with farming communities in agroforestry system. So since the agronomic point of view, the agronomic scheme, we try to insert in our scheme as much variables, as much species as we can. That's the first answer. So, and the second one is about rewilding. So we really leave our project to develop by themselves after the 3rd year. So for the first 3 years, we have farming community try to manage it, and then it's about rewilding. So it's a natural process.
For Kanop and Genesis, nature-based solution and MRV is very competitive, as satellite images are fully available. So how do you differentiate yourselves from the others and make sure that you keep this competitive edge and also a certification of the product you make?
I can start. So first, the quality of the models is really core in what we're doing, and also the easiness to access the data. There is plenty of players indeed, but a lot of them are more consulting based. What we do, we have completely productized the processing.
And our difference is that we have ground proof, so by real analysis, as I said, we make soil sampling. It's really strange, but we begin by the soil, and we want to stay like that. So we can scale after, but we begin by real measurements.
Wonderful. Yeah, next question.
My question is for NatureRe, Marie. How do you integrate local community solutions, if at all, into your projects? Because I know you take degraded lands, but eventually the hope is that communities buy into it and also benefit from it.
That's a very good question. So we always, of course, integrate local communities. And before we acquire degraded lands, we speak with them. So we run workshops with local communities to make sure that we have their buying, their feedback, and we make sure they understand as well. We educate a lot on the need for restoration and the quality of the improvement of the water, for example, that will benefit to them and that kind of things. And we follow up with them regularly and as well asking them how we can support and improve their lives, because a percentage of the CO2 carbon credits revenues will be distributed to them as well.
Wonderful. You can keep it.
So my questions are for Genesis. So I liked a lot the scoring part. You know, EcoVadis, for example, was the ESG scoring, and they became one of the references. So I have two questions for you. One is, how do you plan to become the reference, and how big is the market for that? And my second question is, once you have your score, how do you support actions to be taken to improve this score, and what are the typical actions?
At first, we are members of many organizations to set a standard. So we are members of the ISO group about soil health. So they want to set a standard on soil health in 2025. So that's really important, and we are working closely with SBTN. That's, I think, the two main organizations about that. And after, the other question is, I'm sorry.
In terms of actions?
Yeah. So that's a good question, because sometimes it's a really good question, because sometimes people think that there's only, I don't know, there's 10 best practices, and the 10 best practices will be, you can use it all over the world. That's not like that. So it's not like that. You have many agriculture, many crops, many agriculture, many types of forests. So you have to make correlation after. So you have to make correlation between practices and impact, and not the after you have measuring the impact. So we find the best practices, and after we scale practices.
Cool. So my question is for Kanop. What's your current traction with what types of clients, and what's the annual run rate per client?
So we launched our product, our platform, 2-3 months ago. So we already have signed a few customers generating IRR, and our target annual recurring revenue per client is between 20 and 30,000 euros, but that highly depends on the size of the client, on the size of the portfolio, obviously. The pricing model is a price per hectare.
Congratulations to all of you for the amazing projects really you're leading. It's very impressive. My question would be for you, for NatureRe. You were explaining how the holistic approach that you have, which is really great, and you were speaking about the nature and the local population. Do you include also the animal welfare in your project? Are they included in the key points that you keep?
Well, yes, because we, as I said, we have a VERA certification with co-benefits on biodiversity. So it includes all the animal review. So at the moment, we have acquired 700 hectares of degraded lands, and we have put 30 or 40 cameras, traps, and we were able to, so it's order to have a zero measurement of the fauna and the flora, so especially the fauna, and we have been able to witness some puma presence.
Impressive, thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Very quick round from my end. Just as a reminder to the jury and the audience, if you could maybe share with us if you're currently raising funds or grants, and how much, in case you do.
Okay, yeah, I can start. As I said, what we wanted to scale. Why do we want to scale? It's because we want to have an impact on climate and biodiversity. In order to get scale, we need investment, we need to grow the team, and we need to launch our first biodiversity and climate fund. So we are looking to we are opening our capital, and we are looking for raising 5 million. Who's next?
Yeah.
We have just finished our raising, so it's not. I think the next one will be in 18 months or something like that. So it's not the priority. The priority is the go-to-market. So we are in 9 countries now. So we want to be sure that the model is robust, and that's where we are. And I want just to add something. You say that it's a really competitive market, but I think we need to accelerate, and we need to do some partnerships. So we can work together also. That's an important point.
Absolutely. Approach are complementary often. So we're just starting actually to raise our seed round of capital, and we're looking for 2.5 million to scale our technology product and also to scale our commercial operations.
Yeah, we are looking for 2 million also. We have just finished our first term sheet, so yeah, we are in the market.
What did the watch tell you? That it just happened?
It was 5 a.m.
Okay, very good. Put your hands together. Huge round of applause for these wonderful change makers. You've all done outstanding here, and all the best and much success with your work for the sake of all of us. Thank you as well to the jury.